everyone, my name is Justin Barnes, and the topic I want to talk today about is hi-hat techniques and ride techniques. The next time that you're playing in a musical setting or just practicing by yourself, take a moment to see what your hi-hat hand is playing, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. Try to observe whether or not you're playing just eighth notes on top of the hi-hat, eighth notes on the edge of the hi-hat, playing downbeats with the edge of the hi-hat and the upbeats or the ands on the top of the hi-hat, or if you're playing the edge of the hi-hat on the ands of the beats and the downbeats on the top of the hi-hats. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. After you've been able to identify what style you naturally want to play, you might want to try some of these other ideas to enhance the beats that you're currently playing, or maybe add a new vibe or a new spice to the beats that you're already playing. Here's some examples of those 4 different hi-hat techniques that we were talking about. The first way to play the hi-hat is a way that we probably all know as drummers, and that's playing all eighth notes on the top of the hi-hat using the beat of the stick. It sounds like this. I'm going to play just bass drum on 1 and 3, snare drum on 2 and 4, eighth notes on the hi-hat, and I'm going to play this at 90 beats per minute. If you're playing rock music, you might be more accustomed to using the edge of the hi-hats and maybe even opening the hi-hats a little bit to give that sloshy kind of more rock sound. You'll also probably use this part of the drumstick instead of the tip of the drumstick, so the shaft of the drumstick. That would sound like this. The way that I was taught to play hi-hats was to actually accent them on the downbeats. So on counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in this example, you might also want to go back and check out Anthony Ty Johnson's lesson on the money beat. This is kind of taking that same example and using an eighth note application to it. So we're going to be accenting, again, the downbeats 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the hi-hat. I'll be playing 1 and 3 on the bass drum, 2 and 4 on the snare at 90 beats per minute. And it sounds like this. A really great drummer to check out that uses this kind of technique with their hi-hat is Chad Smith. He has a number of songs that really emphasize playing the downbeats on the hi-hat. Dave Weckl is also another great example of this, and both of them talk about their utilization of using the downbeats on the hi-hat, and again, the downbeats being 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is a good challenge for a lot of drummers that have been locked in like I have with playing the downbeats. In this next example, playing the upbeats of the hi-hat might give a beat that you've already been playing a fresh new appeal, a fresh new vibe. And for a lot of drummers, this might be a bit of a new challenge if you haven't been used to playing the ands. So the and of 1, and of 2, and of 3, and of 4. And it sounds like this. A lot of today's popular dance music, and even dance music from the 90s, 80s, and 70s, utilize this same kind of concept of playing the upbeats on the hi-hat. It was made famous in the disco era, and even in today's EDM music or electronic music of today, you'll be able to find that the hi-hat is being played on the ands. While these 4 different techniques are awesome on the hi-hat cymbal and hopefully give you a new fresh outlook on how you can play the hi-hat, you also want to be able to transfer it over to the ride. And I feel like in today's drumming, the ride has maybe been left out a little bit in terms of the way that we're playing it and utilizing it. The ride has a lot of different sounds, and I'd like to now show you the 4 different ways. We're going to be using the same techniques that we were playing on the hi-hat, playing on the top of the cymbal, playing on the edge of the cymbal, using the bell of the ride for the downbeats, and also using the bell of the ride for the upbeats to create, again, the same type of different feels that you can use to the beats you're already playing. For example's sake, I'm just going to be, again, doing the same thing, playing the bass drum on 1 and 3, the snare drum on 2 and 4, and going through the 4 different techniques on the ride, using the on top of the ride, on the edge of the ride, on the bell, on the downbeats, and the bell on the upbeats. And they sound like this. While I kept the beat really simple, playing the bass drum on 1 and 3 and the snare drum on 2 and 4, my challenge to you is to use the beats that you're already playing, whether it's in a musical situation or by yourself in the practice room, and apply these 4 different hi-hat technique and ride techniques to the beats you're already playing. A good way to practice these is to take 2 measures of each style of hi-hat and ride technique. So you'd want to take 2 measures of playing on top of the hi-hat, 2 measures of playing on the edge of the hi-hat for that kind of rock sound, and then where I think it's really important is playing the downbeats on the hi-hat with the upbeats on the top of the hi-hat, and then also the upbeats on the edge of the hi-hat and the downbeats on top of the hi-hat, and taking those same 4 aspects and putting them over onto the ride. I hope you enjoyed today's topic. I hope that it helps with your drumming. I'm Justin Barnes here from the Drum Lab, and I look forward to seeing you again.